Hi everybody. So a couple of weeks ago I had the absolute pleasure of awarding Women of the Year 2020 to my fantastic member Simone. Simone came to my group in January 2020 and has just been incredible this whole year. She's unstoppable and she has not let a global pandemic or months and months in lockdown get in the way of her weight loss success. She's just, like I said, unstoppable. And I'm absolutely delighted that she is our Woman of the Year. She has lost an incredible 4 stone this year, actually more than that now, and has lost 2 stone of that during lockdown. A time I think we can all agree was incredibly challenging. And yeah, like I said, she has just done an amazing job. She has made fantastic changes in her lifestyle. She has been very focused and very inspiring, and I'm just absolutely delighted for her. So normally we would have a big celebration for Women of the Year and we'd have an opportunity to hear from the Woman of the Year herself, to hear how her year's been, any hints and tips and changes she's made and just the difference it's made to her. So since everything's virtual these days, I asked Simone and she very kindly said yes to having a virtual chat about her year, and so I've set her 5 questions and she's agreed to answer them. So without further ado, I'll hand over to our Woman of the Year 2020, Simone. Thank you so much for doing this, Simone. I have 5 questions for you. The first one is, what inspired you to come through those doors and join Slimming World back in January this year?
I don't know if I would say inspired. I'd been a Slimming World member before and I had success with it, but always kind of got to the 2 stone off mark and thought, perfect, don't need to do any more, and gave up, and the weight went back on and then some on top of that. So I knew I had to do something about it. I think kidding myself on for a long time, and it got to a point where it was impacting my weight gain was impacting my quality of life, my health. Anything that I was doing was being done half-heartedly. I was really struggling, and lying to myself about the size that I got. It wasn't until my family, my mum had said enough was enough. So yeah, there was a bit of, you have to do something about it and you have to do it now. So yeah, that's probably what pushed me into the reality of, I need to go to Slimming World, I need to do something.
What changes have you made this year that have really made a difference for your weight loss?
Organisation, being organised for starters, right from the beginning when we joined at the end of January, both Edmund and myself. Planning. You have to plan. You absolutely have to plan to have successes, and to have the successes that we've had over these last 8 months is definitely down to planning. I shop with a shopping list. I will not go down aisles that I know I don't have to, and I shop with a list. It makes it easier. It makes it easier to avoid all the kind of pitfalls, the buy one get one free or 3 for 2 or offers or deals and things like that. And I do spend at least 1 day a fortnight, and I batch cook. And you know yourself, I've shared many's a recipe. That has been a lifesaver for us. And certainly during lockdown, that continued, that didn't change. But probably the biggest change for myself is I exercise, walking, any kind of gym, it's just not me. But I was very early on in the lockdown, I was challenged to do 5k a day, and I started that very slowly, very little energy, but I did it initially. We were only allowed out for an hour, so I literally walked half an hour out, half an hour back, and as time went on, that picked up, and found that I really enjoyed the walking. For my sanity, it was great, and that's continued throughout lockdown. And that has certainly helped with the weight loss. That's my form of exercise, is certainly walking. And my ability to do that and do more and up my speed has been great. So yeah, that has been the biggest change.
Okay, question 3. What is it that you love about Slimming World?
I love the fact that nothing is off limits. Absolutely nothing. And I say that to the girls that I work beside, because they'll say to me, but you're on a diet, you can't have that. Or we can't eat in front of you because it's not fair because you're on a diet. And hand on heart, I'll openly say, I no longer look at it as a diet. Yes, years gone past, all through, I've probably ballooned with my weight for the last 30 years from I had my first child, and it's always been an ongoing battle. I don't see that this year. I really, really don't. Something changed in me. Certainly something changed out there, and it was known as lockdown. And for me, nothing is off limits. If I want to have something, then I plan to have it. I'll plan my day, I'll plan my week accordingly. If I've got something coming up, then I'll look at having stricter days, whether it's speed days that I have, whether I'll really reduce the amount of sins that I'll have in a day, not to store them up for the end of the week, just because I know that that day at the weekend, or we've got something on, and I'll take my foot off the gas. That's a day that if I'm going to eat or I'm going to have a drink or whatever, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to sit. I'm not wanting to be the one that's sitting, at the occasion with the Slimming World app, checking to see how many sins. Don't get me wrong, I've done all that, but I'll pre-plan to do that so that I know that beforehand. So yeah, I do love that. Because it does give me the variety. It lets me be out there socialising. It lets me be in company, and I can do what I want to do without being the party pooper. She's on a diet, she can't have it, because you always get that.
So you have lost over 4 stone this year. Well, actually, the year's not over. In 8 months, you've achieved that, and 2 stone, like I said, was lost during lockdown. What difference has losing over 4 stone made to your life?
My goodness. Well, I'm not quite at my target. I'm not that far. I've never been this close to a target in my life. And I have done many's a diet over many's a year. Wedding coming up, diet. But it's changed everything. It's changed how I look at my life in terms of my health. My weight gain was impacting on everything. I was lethargic. I had no energy. I struggled to walk. I'd walk, but everything was such an effort. I had back pain. I was due to surgery in my knee. I was having palpitations. My blood pressure was through the roof. It was a long catalogue of what all was going on. I'm happy to say I am currently pain-free in my back. My blood pressure is normal. I'm not having surgery on my knee, and I can run about with my grandchildren. But I just feel me again. For a very long time, I didn't feel me, and wasn't happy with who I was. And that's changed, I'm happy to say, both for myself and Edmund. He's at his target. He's taken off 3.5 stone, and he has never been healthier. And we've done it together, and that has been great. That has been great for us. He was coming to class to help me, but the understanding was that we were going to help each other, and and you know, we've had that success, and that's been great for us. He's it's just changed. It's just changed how we feel about things. Edmund loves walking, and it was never something him and I shared. I'm happy to say that it is something now that we do share. And even after 30 odd years, that's really nice. But yeah, my life has changed. I feel I'm happier. I'm a much happier person. I've got the energy to play with grandchildren. I have got the energy to get up and, you know, put my jacket on and go out a walk. It doesn't faze me, whereas that was a psych me up. So yes, you know, my quality of life is much, much better than what it's been for a very, very long time.
Okay, last question. For anyone that might be just starting out with Summerworld, or anyone thinking of joining Summerworld, what advice would you give them?
The hardest part, I think, is very much making that decision that you want to do something about your weight gain, your issues with weight, with food, and it's walking through those doors and standing on those scales, because I have done it so many times, and every time I've taken weight off, I've put it on, and I've put more on, and it's hard. It's hard looking at yourself and seeing who you are, and it's warts and all. And I never thought I had got that fat. And as I look back at pictures, and I always say, how did I become that fat person? Why didn't you all tell me? But I wasn't ready to be told. I wasn't ready to do anything about it. And the hardest part was walking through the doors and accepting that number that you stood at on the scales. And the thing is, that didn't go on in a day, didn't even go on in a couple of days, couple of months. That was a weight gain over years. And one bit at a time, one day at a time, one step at a time. I would say, get a pen and paper, get a journal. I write it down. It keeps me focused. I like to know what I've had, and that way I can't lie to myself. The app's great. I absolutely love the app, but I like pen and paper. Write it down. I keep a diary, and you plan, prepare. You put the work in. You absolutely have to put the work in. You know, if you want successes, and you know, if you want success, we've had successes, but we worked at it. We absolutely have. And you know, we've had weeks where we've not had a loss, or we've stayed the same, or there's been a gain. That's okay. That is absolutely okay, because it comes off. You chip away at it, bit at a time, and each week you see a change, a little change, but you know it's a change. And you know, you do that prep, you do that plan, you walk through the door, and you don't lie to yourself. You don't kid yourself on. And it absolutely does. And you ask for help, because there's always somebody there that's been there, that's done it, that's struggled. There's always somebody there at class. You know, join the chat, you know, the group pages. Ask for help, because there's absolutely anybody there that can help you. And Gemma's been great. And the encouragement that you get, and the fact that we're all looking to lose it, is absolutely, you know, for me, Slimming World was the way to go. I've loved it in terms of the contact that it's opened up for me. You know, I love coming in and seeing Gemma and seeing her mum and the other members in the group, and you know, seeing their encouragement each week, and seeing that steady loss each week has definitely changed my life for the better, and I know it's certainly changed my husband's. So yeah, I hope if you're questioning, I need to lose weight, I need to do something, and you're worrying about should I, shouldn't I, walk through the doors. Absolutely do, because if you commit to it, you will see the results. You absolutely will, because I have, and we're thrilled. We're absolutely thrilled with how far we've come. Anyway, thanks to Gemma, thanks to everybody that supported me, and good luck to everybody on your journey. Take care. Bye.
Thank you so much, Simone. That was just brilliant. I absolutely, the points you made were just fantastic. Very wise women, and try not to cry at certain points as well. But I think for a lot of people, myself included, a lot of what you say just kind of reminds us of our own experiences, and your commitment there and your focus and determination is just something to be really admired. And it does, if you want the success as well, you need to plan, you need to work at it as well, and you've done that and continue to do that as well. So I wish you well with the rest of your journey, Simone, and thank you so much again for answering my questions. Right, bye.